Happy New Year! Welcome into 2020. I'm Carla, RoladexStitches, also known as just Roladex on Instagram, if you want to follow me there as well. Hi! How's everyone been? It's been a minute. Sorry. With the holiday, with Christmas, and then actual New Year's, everything's just been real crazy around here. Japan is very into New Year's, so they just now stopped celebrating, I believe. So today is the 7th here in Japan, January 7th, 2020, and I believe everyone just went back to work as of yesterday. New Year's in Japan is a lot longer than just like the one night. It's a damn near week-long celebration. It's at least 3 days, I believe, and everyone gets to, no one cooks. Like, they cook, but all the food is already ready, no one cleans, everyone just relaxes and hangs out with family. It's a really cool tradition that they have here. If you're ever interested in any other cultures and how they celebrate New Year's, look up Japanese New Year's, because it's fascinating and it's nuts. The week before, the preparation, like, think how how us Americans are so crazy on like right before Thanksgiving and then directly after for Black Friday. That's the way they are. That's the way the Japanese prepare for this holiday. We made the mistake of trying to go off base and go out to one of the local groceries, like the supermarket. It's called Universe, and it was bananas. And it's organized chaos, which is great, because in America it would just be a shit show. But here in Japan, everyone queues up very politely, and but they're stern about it. You definitely don't cut in line. That's not a cool thing to do. But it's just everyone is there. The entire nation is at the grocery store, it feels like. But because they have to prepare, they want to get all their cooking done, and they have to get all the cleaning done to get everything ready for Japanese New Year. Anyways, look that up. That was a long roundabout way of me saying go look up other cultures, because shit's cool. How was your holiday? How was Christmas, if you celebrate? How was Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's? Tell me all your good stuff that you did. What was your number one coolest thing that you got from your holiday celebrations? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear about it, because I love hearing about stuff like that. I love knowing what brings people joy, what really just like rocks their socks. So for me, I got a bunch of really cool stuff. My kids are old enough now that they get to like pick out what they want for us, for my husband and I. So they're 8 and 11, and trying to steer them in the right way is always very interesting, because they're like, well, I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to get your dad? And they're like, I don't know. So we go walking around the store, and they're like, Daddy would like Legos. And I'm like, you like Legos. Daddy doesn't really like Legos. So we had to steer them in the right direction. But they got us some pretty cool stuff this year. They listened. I got some books that I had been wanting, some stitchy materials. Dan got a lot of cooking stuff. He got an Instapot and some shelves for over the stove. That's what our daughter, Rowan, she was like, Daddy needs like a rack for all of his measuring stuff. So we had to find something like that, because, we had to find something that will stick to the wall instead of being drilled, because that's a no-no here. It's tile. Anyways, it was banana pants, and we loved it, and it was a great first Japanese Christmas, I guess you could say, because it's our first one celebrating out of the United States, and we loved it. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. And I think in case you didn't know, this is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm going to do the same thing that everyone else has been doing, and I'm going to do a whip parade and some of my half-assed plans for 2020. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all ain't ready for this, because I'm not ready for this. But, pitter patter, let's get at her. Let's start it. In absolutely no specific order, here are some of my whips. Actually, it's all of my whips, if I can remember correctly. All of my whips that I have to date, that I have worked on previously, and some of these are coming from like 2017, because that's when I started stitching. So when I say, oh, they've always been here, I'm like, this is like legit some of my oldest stuff. Finished other things, but some of them just get pushed aside. You'll notice that some of these are BAPs, big ass projects. I think 2020 is going to be the year of the BAP, because looking at my plans, not a whole lot of them are small. But hey, shit happens, right? And it's what makes my little geek heart happy. So, boom, year of bats 2020. I just decided it on the fly. Let's do this. In the midst of year of the BAPs also means finishing some previous BAPs, like this one. I'm going to disappear for a second. This is, I think, definitely one of my oldest. This is Tiny Modernists. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's Follow Your Dreams. It's a sow. Words to Live By. That's it. Coming a little closer. Obviously, I do not have a whole lot done. I do have the center, which is great. I have the entire frame done. Is that showing for you guys? Bottom frame, moving back up to the top. All of the frames and all the blocks are done. But technically, I only have 3. So, I believe it called for it on some sort of, I think, dark, like a black Ada, a black cloth, and I wasn't feeling that. So I just ice dyed some Ada, made it, it's not showing up very well here, but it's almost like a, not quite a denim, not quite a teal. A dark teal might be the best way to say that. But yeah, I really, really want to get this done because I love it. I do love stitching on this piece. I love the majority of what Tiny Modernist comes out with, and I've kind of, and what you'll see here in a minute, I have a lot of her stuff. Cheryl's pretty amazing. Cheryl, right? Oh my god, it's Cheryl, right? Not that she watches this, but I'm sure someone's yelling at the screen right now saying, duh, Carla. Yeah, it's whoever. Bendy's probably like, yeah, duh. But anyways, I love this one. I want to get back to it. Words to Live By. Tiny Modernist. 14 count, self-dyed, ice dyed Ada. If I remember to do that, if I remember to tell you what the fabric is on each one of these, I'm going to give myself a high five, because prior to turning on this thing, I said, Carla, you have to remember to tell them the fabric, because everyone likes to know the fabric. And obviously it's a personal color conversion, because that's who I am as a person. I can't leave well enough alone. That's definitely going with me into 2020, which we already are. Now this second one, I'm going to pop up a picture here to show you what it will look like. It's the Ravenclaw sigil. It's beautiful. It is, this was the very first time I ever did any blending threads. It's a beast. She's a big bitch, but that is how much I have done. And I wrote in with my Frixion pen, because I couldn't tell which way was frickin' up, so I had 3 separate arrows to tell me that up is up. But anyways, this is the proper way it goes, and this is kind of the belly of the bird. I'm not loving it. It's not sparking a whole lot of joy, and it very well could be the first ditch of 2020. I think the rest of them I like, and then I'll stick with. This one is very likely that I will be giving her up. As you'll see, I have a lot of other Harry Potter pieces, so don't fret on that. And also, it's this stiff ass, just Charles Craft Ada. It's pretty much full coverage, so it's not going to matter in that manner of what's on the back, but it's super stiff, and like I said, it's not sparking joy, so we'll see about that. If I end up ditching that one, I might see if anyone wants it, because I got the full kit, so we'll see. Moving on, and continuing with my Tiny Modernist theme, this is, I'll toss a picture up of, everyone's seen it, everyone loves it. It is Tiny Modernist, I believe it's 2018 Haunted Mansion Sal. Love it. That's the way it's supposed to look. The way it's charted to look. But I made it into a bit of a Hotel Transylvania mod. And I made my moon blue. not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty sure I was the first one to make a blue moon in this cell. And it was kind of a big deal for me. I don't know, I believe Andrea from Cautionary Tales, is that her Flosstube name? I just know her as Andrea. She said that she didn't know what really grabbed her about this piece, but for me it was totally this roof. This little, these little things. What are those called? It's not shiplap, right? It's kind of like gingerbready. It goes in a Victorian house. Anyways, that was the first thing that popped me on it. I love it. But one thing that I want to do, I had already finished Drac and this little witch by the time, sorry I hit the thing, by the time I really realized that I wanted to do a Hotel Transylvania, like I did with Frank and Eunice and Blobby over here. Blobby's the shit. Look at him. Look at his little sunglasses. He's amazing. I had already done them by the time I realized I wanted to switch it, so I really want to pick her hair out and make her have black hair like Mavis. And I don't know how to make him look more like Drac, but he's Drac, so he'd be fine. And I got what I need to do this year. Figure out what I want to do for in this bottom room. Cheryl has 2 more skeletons here, and it just feels a little bit like a cop-out for me. So I think I want to do Wolfie, the Wolfman, and maybe the Sand guy, the Mummy. So I don't want to do the Invisible Man. Yeah, I think that's who I'm going to do. The Sand guy, and he's a mummy, right, y'all? It's been like a hot minute since I watched it. I gotta go watch it. The wolf guy and the sand and the mummy. That's what I'm gonna do. And then finish up this tree. And then put all the pumpkins down here. The pumpkins down here in the bottom. Oh, and you can definitely tell that I'm getting my nails done today because I'm still rocking the Christmas nails. They'll be all different tomorrow. Yeah, that is another 2018. Yeah, 2018 whip coming into 2020. But she's beautiful and I love her. So, oh, I remembered. Also, 14 count Ada, self-dyed, ice-dyed. This was my first and one of my first forays into ice dyeing, and I loved it. So much modeling on here. I could never recreate this if you paid me $1 million, but I love it. I wish I had been able to bring the color in a little bit more because it has like a really cool frame look on it. But yeah, that's that one. On the back of this, I have, oh shoes. What is this one called, y'all? It's Ingredients for a Horrific Halloween by Stony Creek. 97% sure that that's who it is. But yeah, that's how far I have on it. Look how little of a not very much allowance over here on either side. So I'll have to be very careful whenever I figure out how to finish that. But I have the first 1, 2, 3 done. Now I'm down here on the 4th. Toads and something breath, I believe. And a corgi butt, because that's my needle minder. Still love this one. I believe this one is also from 2018. Sounds right. Definitely still gonna work on this one. Not giving it up, at least. So it's on my goals to work on this one. There's that. Continuing my tiny modernist theme. Did I tell you the fabric of the other one? It was again with Horrific Halloween. Ice dyed, 14 count Ada. And personal color conversions. I've done them all so far. This one, Tiny Modernist, Santa's House. Again, I think everyone's seen this, so I won't get too deep in on this. But yeah, I still have to do this room, which I believe there's some elves, and then Santa's little room up there. And I have to finish the other nutcracker over here. And then there's some, I believe, reindeer and a sleigh down in the front. So I always think that I'm really close to being done, but I'm not. And this is, I believe, 28 count Petit-Point. It's on like a classic blue. But it's definitely blue. It's not gray. It looks gray in the video, but it is like a blue Petit-Point, which I thought was cute for the falling snow. Again, tiny modernist, whatever year it was. I started at the right time. I started it when it first came out. And again, I love it, so I'm not getting rid of it. I just need to actually work on it. I think that's it on my tiny modernist now. Maybe. I'll find out here in a minute. Next is, I'll put it up again because it's one of my true loves, is Cuore Batticouere, Xmas in Pink. Love it. This is on, I believe, 14 count. Dusty Ada. I love those presents. Look how pretty they are. Yeah, I still have a lot of like little details and stuff to put into there, but this right here, this pink heart, shows the halfway mark. So this is a, again, it's a BAP. She's a big old girl. I still need to do the skin conversion that I want to do for this to make her an African-American woman. And yeah. That one I just started this past year. I got the stuff all hanging off. Let's say I started in September of 2019. So it's not horrible yet. It's not horribly overdue, but she's getting there. She's getting there. I told you the fabric on that one. I'm sticking with most of the colors, I think. Most of the called for. Pulling a few from stash just to have it. Moving right along. Here is my Millennium Falcon. Look at that. This is some of the most beautiful fabric I've ever touched and stitched on in my life. Mystics, or hand dyed by, it's Misty. It's Mystics Fabrics. Mystic Fabric. She's on Facebook. She has an awesome group. I highly recommend anyone going to look for it. The majority of my stash is on her fabric because it's absolutely beautiful. But I'll toss up a picture of what it's going to be like. I'm changing the planets. I'm changing those colors, and I just haven't decided really what I want to do yet. But the homework for this week for Magical Stitches is to stitch 200 something in black, and there's a whole much more black right here, and that's what I'm going to do to get that in. So this one will be coming out this week to play, because I definitely need that. But I love that one. What are these things called? Needle minders. Jesus wept. Sorry, y'all. My BB-8 needle minders by Abby Topknot from Etsy. Let's see. Next is, I told you that was 14 count Ada, right? Opal Galaxy Ada. And my colors, there's only like 5. And the next is Froth and Bubble. Let me see if I can get this proper. This is what I got so far. Life is mostly Froth and Bubble. So hard to read it. Life is mostly froth and bubble. Two things stand like stone. Something in another's trouble and something in your own. That's how it's going to say. But that's how far I've got. I did a lot of black. Ooh, I could do black on this one. I think I just talked myself out of the Falcon because this is definitely in black and I want to work on this one more. This is my tribute piece for my grandma. I just started this one this past autumn. So autumn of 2019. And I miss her and she needs to come out more. So there is this is Froth and Bubble by Long Dog Sampler. And she's gorgeous. This is some random 14 count white Ada. I wanted white. In a personal color conversion, I've changed, I think, every single color on there. Kind of just a stash dive, but also because I love it. Alright, we're coming to the end, so don't stress. I do need a board for this one, though. This one has come out to play after a very long time of being in timeout because I just didn't know what to do. Clouds Factory. I'll put up the big one here. And I mean biggin. It's a big bitch. Epic Harry Potter by Clouds Factory on 14 count, which I believe shrunk down a little bit to probably 16 count. ice dyed Ada, and this is where I'm at. I got so much done in December on this beast. Let me see if I can not drop it. So, last time I showed you, I only had this corner coming over to here, and I didn't have any of this. Any of the dark here in the middle. Oh, my nose itchy, sorry. Sorry, y'all. So I didn't have that, and I didn't have any of this middle. I've done both banners. I'm so sorry. I need some water. I did both banners. I did the HP. I did some keys. I added these little wand things. Not my modifications. I totally janked them from someone else. And then I moved Harry to the middle because Harry needs to be in the middle. I really never understood why Harry was not in the middle in the original thing. I love Ron. I love Ron. But Harry's in the middle. The whole shit's about him. Even HP is right there above him. It never made sense to me. Anyways, I have some more stuff to do. I think next I have, I'm going to work on the Hogwarts Express right here. And then eventually get over here to the other two banners, which are my banners. I am a Raven Slitherclaw, but it's actually a Raven Slytherin, a Raven. I'm a heavy Raven with some Slytherin tendencies, pretty much. So work on those two, because these are beasts. All of this beigey here, and then these teeny tiny little bit of black, and there's a lot of, I haven't even finished it because I don't want to worry about plucking it because it's backstitch. So I will do the backstitch later when I'm not worrying about, you know, tearing it up. I don't want it to get caught in the frame or anything. But that beige part is kind of a bitch. But well worth it because holy shit stains, this is beautiful. Do y'all see? And this fabric just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, so 14 count ice dyed Ada. Love it. For my second to last whip that I'm carrying over, Dark Shards by Ink Circles. Of course, my colors, my ring light is blowing it out, but it is Pressed Petals by Fiberlicious. And it's an opal, so it's got that great sparkle in there. And this is my very first Ink Circles. Let me toss up what it'll look like here. Very first Ink Circles, and I really like this project. I did not think, I thought it was going to be really, really overwhelming, but it's not. It is definitely one of the smaller Ink Circles, so don't get too carried away, but I love the modeling on this fabric, and I have a couple little ideas that I'm thinking this is going to be my color palette. A little worried, because I mean this is mostly what it's called for. A little worried that it will, some of those purples will just blend right in. But they might not. I want to stitch a little bit of it in the purples and see how it really pops out against this fabric. We all know that I have no issue switching colors up if necessary, so that won't be a problem. But I really want to get the entire frame done before I start on the colors. So, yep, that was some fun mouth noise, sorry. Very last whip that I'm bringing over into 2020 is, and it's still in the Q-snap because I've been working on it, is my Hade. Look! Ooh! That's the first time I've really seen it like this. So you can see a lot of the leaves. This is a big tree right here up in the top corner. Oh, look at that, those colors. Right now I'm working on this red, and I don't remember what color it is. It's a really pretty, like, deep, winey red. It's this right here. Oh, it's DMC. I kind of dread pulling her out because she is a big bitch. She is a big, big girl. And there's all this fabric that comes along with her. But she's absolutely beautiful. And she's great for, you know, when I just want to sit and pound some out. And using Pattern Keeper, only for Android so far, only, or I shouldn't say only for Android. It's not compatible with iOS, so no Apple, but you can use it on like a Kindle, a Samsung tablet, your any other non-Apple phone. It makes it so much faster. Stitching has been a joy on this since I found that app. So look it up if you guys are struggling with the Hilde Pattern Keeper. Awesome sauce. Last time I showed it, someone wanted to see my organization of how I set up my Hildes. So I just have a tiny box. I have like the big double-sided ones, floss carriers for all of my whole set of DMC and all of my fancy floss, but this is just a little one. When I first started, this was my baby box. My baby box, I was like, oh, I'll never need another box in this. All of my floss will fit in here. Girl, who were you lying to? So I cut out the key, taped it up here so I know what's what, and then I have them all in order. And that's it. So my extras over there. I have this thing that I don't think I've ever used, but it was one of the very first stitching tools I ever bought. I think I got it at Joann's. I'm pretty sure it's a monocle, but it's a magnifier for seeing tiny parts of the pattern, I believe. But yeah, this is how I keep it. I keep it in a big bag. My sister made this for me. It's like, it's got a drawstring, so I just toss everything in there. Make sure that's shut. That would make me cry. Y'all would see a grown woman cry if I tossed this in there and I heard everything fall out. That would not be a good start to my new year, y'all. I would have to go straight to the whiskey today. Anyways, I just toss everything in there, including this. I wind her up. Boom, boom, boom. And that this is an 11 by 8. Yeah. It's a Frankenstein Q-snap. It's the 11 by 11 and an 8 by 8. I took it apart, made it an 11 by 8. And boom. She doesn't go out in the wild very often. She's mostly at home stitching. Because she's unwieldy. Unwieldy? Sounds right. That's all of my current whips. I'm looking around to make sure that's accurate. But that's it. I don't even remember how many those are. I'm not going to count them up right now, but maybe I'll put up a thing right here or flash a number of how many whips that was. If someone wants to go back and tell me, that's fine, but I'm going to count it at the end after I finish filming. When I'm editing, I'll put that in there. That is the whips that I'm carrying over with a possible not one of the Ravenclaw sigil. So we'll see. All right. I did already have a new start for 2020, and I had a finish for 2020. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. I cannot believe how quickly this came together. Or how quickly it's stitched, I guess I should say, because it's not big. We'll see if this shows proper on the colors. So it's eat, sleep, stitch, repeat. The teeny little needle. Look how cute. This is on some 14 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. I wanted to just use up some variegated that I had. And this chart was a Stitchy Kindness. And it's kind of past the stitch from an amazing person that I've grown to be friends with on Instagram. Her name's Ruth. Oh, if I just said her name wrong, I'm going to feel like Dookie. Pretty sure it's Ruth. Anyways, sorry if it's not. I am going to, like I said, I already stitched it up. It's ready to go. I'm already sending it out to pass on the stitchiness to my girl Bobby. So she'll be getting that here soon. And by soon, it means like when I leave my house, which should be today. I'm going to take it and put it in the mail today. Hopefully. If I follow up with that, that'll be an amazing feat. But I have it packaged and it's sitting on my table. Let's just hope I do it. That is my start and my finish for 2020. I'm going to pause here while I get some stuff ready to show you all of my plans. So you'll see me in just a second. Hold please. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I just showed you all of the ones that I'm bringing into 2020. Now I'm going to show you some plans that I have. Planned starts, I guess you should say, for 2020. Plans are really like, it's very a loose term for me. This is just stuff that I want to start throughout the year. Not counting anything that catches my eye, you know, when market happens. Because that's going to be a fun one. And, you know, all the other random things that come out throughout the year that I'm sure I'm going to want to start. But these are ones that I have already kitted up. And by kitted up, I mean I have fabric and I have purchased the actual pattern. Floss comes as it comes. I never really stress about that. The first one that I know I'll be starting as soon as it gets in here is if you watch, which I'm sure you do, it is Kismet Diana. I won her giveaway for Gotta Have Friends Sal. It's the Quaker Seasons of Friendship, I believe it's called. I won that and I squealed. Y'all, I screamed. I was so excited. That is definitely a BAP, obviously. It is going to be the biggest one, I think, to date. Probably the biggest one I'll ever attempt. I shouldn't say that because inevitably I'll find something that's literally a tapestry. I'm doing it on 18 count, which I believe is a first. No, I've done 18 count for a couple gifts. But I ordered, let's see, I'm looking down so I remember what's, time out. I ordered, and it hasn't come yet, but it'll be here soon, 18 count, very light pewter by Picture This Plus. Everyone knows what it is. It's just like a pale gray, little bit of, like almost a slight purple or a slight lavender hue to it, but it'll be great because I ordered a bangin' hank of silk from Silks For You. Pop in the color there. It's PR094 is the thing, and this is my first hank that I've ever ordered of anything. It's definitely my first Silks For You silks. Everyone said wonderful things. I'm gonna try it out. I personally have never ordered silk before in general, so this will be my first real thing with it. I'm nervous about how it's gonna come because it comes like that in that big old schmoosh-to-douche. I believe it's a skein or a hank. Do they call it skeins? I call the little things skeins of floss, but this is a big one, and I don't want to put all that on bobbins because that seems counterproductive. I guess I'll do it on thread cards, thread drops. I don't know, but I'm excited to get a hold of it and just kind of like smoosh my face into it because I'm sure it's going to be like I'm, you know, smooshing my face into a cloud. At least that's what everyone says. As soon as that gets here, along with the pattern, because it's winging its way here to me already, I just had a brain fart. It'll come back to me maybe, but it's being sent to me now. Amy Baruch is sending it to me because her and Diana are taking charge and leading this Sal. So anyone else who's working on it, I am already following it on Instagram, so I want to see your progress. Make sure you show that because I am intimidated because it's huge and it's pretty, but it's going to be cool. I'm excited. So that's plan number one. As soon as it gets here, starting. My next plan that I'm going to start immediately, and by immediately I mean whenever the urge strikes me, is I got the GobbleBunnies. Remember my absolute meltdown about the Gobbletons? Which I still chuckle every time I say the word. Georgia Martha Gobbleton by AuryTM. Start and finish. It was my very first unicorn that I promptly found with the help of you amazing cross-stitchers in this community. Gorgeous, over and done. It went too fast. I loved it. I found this one, which is the bunnies. It's the same style. It's in the same little theme that she had going on. And it's so cute. So, got that one from Stitchy Kindness. And I found the perfect fabric for it. You're going to notice a theme of this because this is Mystic Fabrics. This is Unipoo. Oh, I got a shadow going on. Oh, there we go. That's good. So this, like aqua, it's like a robin egg blue with some gorgeous purple and pink in here. Can you imagine those little Easter bunny turkeys on here? Ah, she's gonna be adorable. I really want to have that done by Easter, so I should start it soon. But I just cannot with how cute that fabric is. And I got a big one of it. Total is, it's 18 by 21. So I should be able to put, I think their names are Bonnie, Peter and Bonnie. Peter and, yeah, that's right in front of me. Bonnie and Peter GobbleBunny. I should be able to put them right there. Pull it back a little bit. How cute. And so I still have like half that fat quarter left. I love her. So that's number 2 on plans. Let's see. Number 3, I'm going to be pulling stuff over from the side. Sorry if you see me reaching a lot. Number 3 is Cuore Batticouere. So it's in case anyone wondered, I looked it up. It's heart and heartbeat. It's Italian. And this is Halloween in the Rain. Look at that. I don't know what it is about this one that just grabbed me, but from the first moment I saw this chart, I needed it in my life. And I've been holding off, but I finally pulled the trigger and bought it. And I love it. So sorry about that glare. It's so beautiful. I don't like this parchment that they have it on. So I've picked out 2 fabrics. I need help deciding which is which. So I'm going to give you another look here. So it's Halloween in the Rain. And I don't have a problem changing the umbrella color or the moon color, so don't let that deter you here. But I have this blue, also from Mystic Fabrics. Look at that opalescent sparkle. That's beautiful. I cannot decide between this one and this one. So the first one was blue. This is a deep gray with some heavy modeling. They're both big enough. They're both heavy on the sparkle, and I love them both. So if y'all would help your girl out and drop down and say whether you like the blue or the gray. Which do you think? Because I want to start her, and I love her so hard. Again, she's a big girl. How big is this one? Like I said, Year of Baps. She is 193 by 195. I always try to say, oh, that's not too big. That's big. She's going to be a big girl, and I'm okay with it. I just want to start her and get her pitter-patter. I want to get at her because she's gorgeous. That's start number 3, I believe. Plan number 3. Haven't started yet, but getting there. Number 4 is the incomparable Lindy Stitches, and this is her Stars Bright. I love this so much. The colors, you're going to be kind of shocked by the color choice that I did. Almost the same. You don't mess with these. You don't mess with Lindy Stitches, man. I mean, you do. I do. And inevitably I will, but I really think that is just, that blue is just perfect. Again, Mystic Fabrics, 14 count opal. But that like robin's egg tealy blue, oh, that's my jam right there. I love it. And then inevitably I'll change probably some colors in there to kind of like just pull from what I have for the granny squares that she has going on here. And the pattern, the quote is, "We would be together and have our books, and at night be warm in our bed together with the windows open and the stars bright." And I'm having a brain fart on who said this. It's not Tennyson. I'm gonna feel real stupid. It's probably right here in front of me too. Hold please while I look it up. Hemingway. Lord. Uncultured swine. I should have known that. I did know it. I just forgot it. But so remember how I said you can't mess with Lindy Stitches because Stephanie is a genius. She is, and this is not her issue. She put it as the quote is. I can't have two togethers in here. I couldn't figure out what was stopping me about this pattern. And I finally nailed it down. It's the fact that it says together up here and together down here. And that's the way the quote is. Hemingway, that's in the poem. It's what it is. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to rechart this a little bit to get it to not say that. So hopefully by the time I get done with it and I figure this out, we would be together and have our books, and at night, we would be together and have our books, and at night be warm in our bed with the windows open and the stars bright. I think that flows so much better for me. I like skip over the second together. I can't. It jars me. So I'm gonna take out that, do a little bit of recharting with the words, the layout here, and everything else will still be the same. That's what, number 4? Sounds right. Next plan, I will toss up a picture here. It is Save Them a Seat. We've lost, in our family, we've lost a lot of people in the past 2 years. And it sucks, and we miss them tremendously. And so I'm going to be making this several times, stitching this several times. The first time I stitch it, so you're looking at it. Let me see if I can read it. Christmas in heaven. What do? They come down to earth to spend time with you. So save them a seat, just one empty chair. You may not see them, but they will be there. I think I might like always in there. I'm an always girl. But doing that one, this one's going to be as a gift for the first time I stitch it. And like I said, I'll probably stitch it several times. This, I love this fabric. This is some hand-dyed by Rolanda. This is 28 count Alma, which, is Alma even weave? Or is it linen? Who knows? Who can tell me that? Again, drop it down in the below, because I don't know. But it's beautiful. I think it'll be perfect for it, because I want to do the poinsettia up in the corner. I think it'll be a nice backdrop for that. And for my people that we miss. All right. That is... I've already lost count, but that's one whip. That's another whip. This is... Look. It's Quaker Fantasy. It's RoladexStitches. It's Oz. It's a horrible picture. But, look at that. I'm so excited. I bought this from my gal Annie. And from her D-stash that she had, Joy-Filled Stitcher. I got this, and I got some really pretty flosses. I think they're Ship's Manor. I don't believe they're for this. I don't believe they're supposed to go for this. But they're great colors for it. So I'm going to use them where I want. But yeah, they are Ship's Manor. They're cotton. But they have some really pretty ones. Look at that. Burr, burr, burr. She had it there, and I think she planned on using them as well. I just dropped them all over. Fuck sticks. Come on. But this is my first Ship's Manor that I've had, too. So, I love that. But they're all titled for, like, Yellow Brick Road. So I'm going to be doing that. Let me get my board here so you can see this amazingness. Again, Mystics fabric, 14 count, opal. Oh. Shit stain. Sorry, y'all. Fuck. Look at that. Like, look at that. Like a black hole, almost. It's called Witch's Brew by Mystics Fabric. Oh, I love it so hard. And I don't know why, but I think that's just, it just is going to pop so well on there. Because I don't do I don't do primitive colors usually. I think I'm going to make them all really just pop out. Like her dress is too light. This is her kind of dashing out of the corner here. I'm going to make that a brighter blue. I think that's what I want to do it on. I might be crazy, and I might start to do it. I might hate it. But right now, Witch's Brew, Mystic Fabrics, RoladexStitches, Oz. That's my next planned start for that. One that I have that is definitely a next plan for next time I want to do more Christmas is my girl, Michelle Bendy, A Very Hilde Yule. look. I'm sure you've seen this a lot. I actually have some, I didn't pull the fabric, of course, crapola, but I think I'm going to do it on green. Like, green. And change the tree to white. Yule. I'm going to Yule it up. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. That's another planned start. Continuing with my Bendy. She's doing the Michael J. Fox. It's Michael J. Fox Parkinson's research, and it is her acceptance. I pointed, so hopefully I've put up a photo. I'm gonna put that on some Picture This Plus Haunted. I have a board. Why am I not using it? And of course, change up all the colors because I wouldn't be me if I didn't. But that is another planned start. I love that. I love that chart. It's another immediate buy that I had. Continuing with that theme, my girl Lolly, she got in on the chart making. I don't know why I showed you that. It doesn't have anything to do with it. I'll put the picture up here. She is a Back to the Future fan. Is like, I think fan might be like too normal of a word for it. She is obsessed. And girl, right there with you. I love me some Doc Brown. I love Michael J. Fox. So this is also, you'll find this at her Etsy store. Same way with Michelle's. Both are available at their Etsy stores for digital downloads. And the proceeds go to the Parkinson's Foundation. So go check that out if you haven't already. I hope you have. Why the hell haven't you if you haven't? Because get on it. This is the fabric I'm going to do. I don't know which end I might do for where I'm going to start it, but it feels kind of timey-wimey, spacey-wacy. So I figure Back to the Future pattern will be perfect for that. This is also hand-dyed by Rolanda, and it is 28 count Alma. Again, is that linen or is that even weave? I think it might be linen. It looks scary, so I'm going to say it's linen. Y'all know me, and I don't venture outside of my comfort zone very much. Speaking of, getting right back into it, this is my last one. Whew, this is my last plan, so we're almost done, y'all. I'm going to toss a picture up. It's Carolyn Manning. It is Fairy Bouquet Sal. She has a bigger one that she's doing, and it's larger bouquets, a larger square for each month. This is just a smaller. I think it's 50 by 50, right around there for each month. One a month, 12 of them, done and over. And I think it's adorable. So, and I have picked Shock and All Mystic Fabrics. This is a no-name kind of purple lavender, heavy on the modeling. This is a big one, 18 by 30. So I don't know if is that a fat half? I don't know. It's big, and it'll definitely be big enough for all of them. I just got to figure out my placement, how I want to do them on there. And that's it. Y'all, those are my plans. That's my 2020 so far. Like I said, once market happens, I'm sure several of these are going to get moved around, not tossed, but you know, it'll decide when I start what. Market will, because inevitably I'll be like, oh, I need that, and I need that, and I need that, and I need that. And all of my other amazing designing friends that come out with cool stuff as time goes on, those will get tossed in the mix as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I am doing magical stitches again this year, and I don't normally do like all the extra credits. I normally just do like what's homework for the week for my hotel, and the reading if I like the book. I did like the book, this one. It's Kingdom Keepers, I believe it's called. It's YA. It's pretty good. It's keeps me entertained. I like it. But I'll do what that tells me to do as long as I like it, and it'll keep me all moving on my stuff. There are more starts that I didn't tell you about. I'm not gonna go get them out. I'll toss some pictures up. So Mandarinks was having a sale. And I went a little bananas. I might have lost my mind a little bit. I only got 3, which is fine. So I got First Sight, I think this one's called. It's the first year's coming up on the boat with Hagrid onto Hogwarts Castle. That's going to be started this year. Next is the Ravenclaw one. I love this. Look at that. That is totally my aesthetic. And I feel like I pulled the fabric for it, but I don't know where it's at. Well, that's Concernicus. What the hell did I do with it? Anyways, that, and then also, I really love the Slytherin one too. I might have to do both. I love those hard. So those three will definitely be going into my rotation as well. Rotation. It's not like I have anything planned out. It's whatever strikes my whimsy and whatever Magical Stitches tells me to do. But what made me think of it is Mandarinks design is also supported on Pattern Keeper, in case y'all didn't know. Yes, it is, and because the first one, that Hogwarts one, is pretty much full coverage. So that's necessary for a Pattern Keeper. So that will be great. I'm looking down again to see my notes to see if I've forgotten anything. There is, my girl is doing a Stitchy Pros. She's that here on Instagram or here on Flosstube and on Instagram, Stitchy Pros. She's doing a giveaway, StitchyProseBDsal. That's also a picture. Super cute. Go check that out. And I think that's it. I got some amazing Stitchy kindness from some wonderfully sweet people that I'm so thankful to have in my life. I don't want to name them because inevitably I end up forgetting a name, and I don't want anyone to think that I've forgotten them because I've already reached out to them individually and gushed at them over and over and over again. The kindness and just the welcoming and the thoughtfulness in this community, again, is absolutely breathtaking. And thank you for being my tribe, because you make all of this easier, and you make it worth it, really, just to interact with everyone online and the select few that I actually have in my phone that I text every day. So, thanks for being there. Thanks for being awesome. Continue to rock out with your stitches out. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It almost came out, though. Keep being awesome. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. Go watch Letterkenny if you're looking for a chuckle. If anyone's still watching this, go watch Letterkenny. It's a show on Hulu, and I giggle my face off each and every time. Not for kids, but it's hilarious. All right. Thanks again for stopping in, and I will see you next time, y'all. Have a good one.